Hey gang, it's October the 24th. It is a Thursday. It is therefore Threshold Thursday. And I think we've cooked up the perfect workout. I don't know, for today, just forever, definitely for this week. When it comes to the intent that we're looking for on these days, but also our ability to at the same time accommodate everyone. Let me tell you what I mean. So today, it's a couplet. It's actually in EMOM form, meaning every minute on the minute, in this case, you're doing one or a different thing. So one of two different things. One of those movements is a single arm double press. The other movement is a max effort or 4 max cals assault bike. And a couple reasons we like this one. You're used to seeing built-in rest on Thursdays, or at least some form of it. And today, there should be built-in rest, but the question is how much? How much are you going to give yourself? Because 6 single-arm double presses should not take an entire minute. They absolutely should not. And yet, we're going to have varied amounts of time that 6 reps takes, depending on who you are and what loading you choose for the dumbbell. And that determines, I think, how much effort you're able to put into the bike. And that's the whole point. The bike is the point today, right? The bike is the score that you're going to put on the board. And yet, you got to do that other busy work, because if you were to say, like, skip a minute or don't do your 6 dumbbell single arm presses or double presses, then that's, cheating. That's not the intent of this workout. You got to buy in with those 6 in order to do the other work that gets you the score on the whiteboard today. Another reason we like this workout, this accommodates 12 people in a class. Is it possible to have more than 12 people in a class on a Thursday? Yes. And if that happens, some lucky few of you, I'll say lucky few because I know how everybody rolls, will get to choose a rower instead of a bike. But if we have 12, then you're sharing a bike with someone of your relative height, because every minute you'll be able to flip-flop. Now, the intent of today's workout, or the score of today's workout, is total calories. So you got to keep track of total calories. If you're sharing a bike with someone, that may be harder to do. Sometimes we test your brain at CrossFit. So if you are sharing, likely you are sharing a bike with someone, just know I got to try to keep my total calories in my head, or write it down, or whatever it is to keep track, because someone else will be on that bike also taking away calories. All right, so a couple of things. I mentioned how the rest is going to be determined by you. You don't get a rest defined on the bike because you get a whole minute of max effort assault bike calories. Does that mean you're going to go really hard? Yes. Does it mean you're going to go really hard for the entire minute? Well, that's up to you, isn't it? Right? I don't know. I personally, I'll tell you how I did it in a second, but likely you will leave yourself some kind of buffer, however small. And then I also mentioned that the double presses shouldn't take an entire minute. For me, I was very consistent with a 50-pound dumbbell. I was consistently taking 28 seconds, that very specific number, 28 seconds to do 6 dumbbell, single-arm dumbbell double presses, which left me, 32 seconds of built-in rest, so to speak. And I could have used that time to write down my calories on the bike, or how many calories I was accumulating on the bike. But I never did that on a round-to-round basis. So, if you get a chance to put in or keep track of the round-to-round calories that you are getting, go ahead and write them down. The Beyond the Whiteboard will ask you for a sort of itemized list. You don't need to absolutely have an itemized list. You can take the average divided by, the total divided by 15 and just put that in, or you can just put the total in, whatever. Beyond the Whiteboard, sometimes we have to work within its confines. Okay, so for me, I didn't want to go so hard on the bike that I didn't think I had anything left on the dumbbell. So I was always getting off the bike at exactly 48 seconds. So going really hard. I was like RPM 70 for 48 seconds, and then giving myself a 12-second buffer to get to the double presses. And now, of course, you have the full minute to do the double presses, but I always wanted to be right on it, right at go, right at 3, 2, 1, go, the top of that minute, I'm ready to do those double presses. and back and forth. And, I settled in. It's a long workout. It's 30 minutes, 15 rounds of both. So I settled in, and after a while, I realized, okay, I think I have this. I can go a little longer on the bike. Right? I might even be able to go a little bit faster on the devil press to give myself a little bit more time. That's just how it worked for me. So again, the total number of calories that you were able to kick out today, or pedal, is your score. We'll also want to know what was the weight of your dumbbell. But other than that, I don't know. We really like this one. It was in its simplicity, but also in its potency. Hope you agree. Enjoy.